Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Greg Q. In this video today we are going to start from scratch. I'm going to assume that you have gotten yourself a guitar and you want to learn how to play, but I'm going to tell you everything you're going to need to start, and this will be the first part in my lesson series, Guitar 101. So I'm not saying you won't benefit from this if you play guitar a little bit already, but this is for the straight up beginner. This is for the starter. So I'll start off with, give me the benefit of the doubt, and you could go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you hate my lessons, then you can just forget about it. But so what we're going to do today is mainly go over the things you're going to need to start. But at the very end, I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to teach you an easy chord that you can practice until the next time. When I plan on doing these once a week. If I get people wanting to get them more than once a week, if it's not enough for a week of practice or something like that, we can work on it. I might be able to do it more than once a week. But right now, this is going to be once a week, and that way, if you hit the notification bell, you can know when it's coming. So let's start with number one. You need a guitar. Now, you could have an electric. I'm going to be teaching mostly on acoustic. Basically, all you need to know if you're playing on electric, you can either play along with me unplugged, or you can just make it simple. Take the plug, put it in the guitar, take the plug, stick it in the amplifier, the input, and turn your amp on. We're not going to do any crazy stuff besides that for a little while, but if you want to play along and all you have is an electric, you can do that. So that's what we have. Now, most of the time, hopefully when you buy a new guitar, you're going to have strings on it. Usually they're not the greatest when you get them, but at this point it's not really going to matter. What you want to make sure is that you have all six. They cost about $6. I mean, they can be anywhere from $6 to $20 for a pack of strings, but I would suggest going with lighter strings, maybe a 9 or 10. When I say that, that's the starting measurement of that little string. So if you go and say, I want a pack of 9 acoustic strings, they'll know what you're talking about. 9 is for acoustic, I don't think you want to go lighter than 9. Light is just the thickness of the strings, so it's going to be hard. The heavier the strings are, or the bigger the number, the harder it's going to be pushed down on the strings. So I would go with 9s or 10s. The next thing I would say you definitely need, I didn't have one when I started, and it made it really hard, is a tuner. One of these right here, what is this? This is a Diodario. It costs about, I think it was $12, something like that. You can actually get them for cheaper than that. They're really easy to use. If people have some problems using the tuners, you can tell me in the comments, and I'll explain to you how to work it. But it's pretty easy to figure out, I think. You can have a guitar strap. Depends on how you're going to be using, but the guitar strap connects to these pegs, and you can stand up while you play, or it's good to have a strap, but I'd say the strap is optional. They go anywhere from $8 to $50, so a guitar strap. Then picks. This is the pick. I suggest that you get a little packet of at least 5 or 10, because ask any guitarist, they're going to lose them. They're going to lose them all over the place. I say medium to heavy. A real light pick is going to be hard for a new guitarist, I think, so go for real light. I suggest vinyl just because I like them, but anything, you can get designs on them. Don't get anything crazy shaped, just get this typical guitar pick shape. Then another thing, it's optional for now, but I'm going to use it down the road. It's called a capo. It's one of these guys. Once again, it's probably, anywhere between $8 and $30. You can get them really cheap. What it does is it can help you move up and down on the neck. You don't need that right now, but that's something you might want to think about. Now this is one I really suggest that when you're doing these lessons, that you do it on a computer, or if you have it hooked up to your television. Doing this on the phone, I think, is just going to be too much squinting and too much what's he playing and what's going on. I think you should do it in front of a computer and or a television if you have your computer hooked up to the television. And you want a comfortable armless chair. You don't want arms on your chair because it's going to get in the way of the guitar. It's going to get in the way of your elbows. And you want a comfortable chair so you can, you're not stiffening up while you're playing. You want to be able to relax. I'm going to number these. I haven't been numbering them as I go. I'll number them in the description. And also, I'll actually show you my notes in a little bit so you can actually look at it if you can read my writing. Now, I also suggest a box or something to put your foot up. I just have a stool here that I put my foot on because I like to have my knee up here so I can be comfortable and not leaning over. If I do this, I don't, so a comfy chair, a comfy armless chair, and a box or something for your foot. That's pretty much basically all you're going to need to start. Now, this is going to be the little speech. When I used to give guitar lessons to live students, this was one of the first things I talked about, was the fact that it doesn't matter how much I know, it doesn't move by osmosis to your fingers. If you don't have time to practice, and if you don't have time to learn, then this probably won't help you that much. Now, when I say how much time, I suggest a little every day, but it's not necessary. I would say 2 hours a week. I'd say that would probably, especially at the beginning, 2 hours a week would be what you want to make sure you have that time to deal with it. Now, you're not going to have that much after this lesson today. You're not going to have that much to work with, but I'm going to give a little more in the upcoming lessons. This is basically a prequel to Guitar 101, but I figured to get all this stuff ready so, when I start the first lesson, you can sit down and be ready to go. There's a certain amount. This is why I always love teaching kids more than teenagers more than adults, because I've taught both. Teenagers have all the time in the world, and they have the passion, and they just want to play guitar. They just want to be good, and they don't even care if they're bad at the beginning. They're playing, and they're getting with their friends, and they're learning stuff, and they're starting bands, and but if the desire to play is there, you need to set aside the time to practice. I have some other videos on what to do when you don't feel like practicing and stuff like that, but that's what I would say to your starters. I think that's about all we're going to do in this first one, because I want you to gather up all the items and be ready to start. But you know what I'll do first? I'm going to show you this just in case you want to freeze it and take a picture of it. All right, so I don't know if you can read my writing, but so we had number one was the guitar and the strings. You can get the strings for $6 or more. Tuner, $10 or more. Number three, a strap, which is optional. Number four, picks. They're not optional because I teach with a pick. I don't teach with fingers. 5 is a capo, which is optional for now, but you might as well get it because we're going to use it later. Don't do the lessons on your computer, on your phone. Do it on your computer or on the TV, because you need to be able to focus on what's happening. Comfy chair, box or something to put your foot on, I say down here? Oh yeah, you can play on electric if you want, but I'm not going to be teaching electric specific lessons right now. I might do it in the future. So let's get to the chord I'm going to teach you, in case you already brought all that stuff to the table and you were ready to learn today. Um, I'm going to tell you, you're going to take your ring finger and you're going to put it. Now I'm going to teach you the names of everything on the guitar in the next video. When I use terms, I'm going to explain them all to you. But right now, I just wanted to give you something to mess around with while you're waiting for the next lesson. So you're going to take this, is called your third finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so your third finger, third fret, and this is called the first string. And you're going to take the pick, and you're just going to strum. I'm going to teach you a lot more with this chord, but I just wanted to give you a little bonus so you could get started. So you're doing this, you're playing the guitar, and hopefully we're going to learn a lot more in the future. I'll be much more specific and much more clear in everything, but I wanted to give you that. Anyway, thanks for coming around. I want to thank my members. We got Sunflower Girl, Ted O'Sullivan, and Jared Camarada. For $1.99 a month, they get the big perk of me saying their name on my video, and that's about it right now for the perks. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. I'm guessing if you're a brand new guitarist, this might be your first video that you've seen of mine. I have a lot of other lesson videos and things to do for beginner guitarists, but this was the one I did for you guys, so you could learn. Okay, so thanks for stopping by. Get all those things and get ready, because we're going to start doing the lesson soon. Thanks a lot. Take it easy.